Okay, how's everybody doing? This is a real late video because I went shopping with my wife today. That's one of the things I have a real life. This isn't my job, this isn't my life, this is something I do as entertainment for myself. Um, I'll be out here crying if Trump wins, trust me, looking for money, whatever I can get. Try a couple of GoFundMe pages or something because life is going to get real hard real fast under Trump, for me anyhow. Alright. Now, I don't know how old a lot of you are, but I remember Lebanon and the city of Beirut was considered to be one of the 7 greatest things in the world at the time. Wonders of the world. Or the 8th wonder of the world, whatever. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city. Now, I was never there. I just, this is what people were saying. They were in the midst of a civil war. It was religious based. I don't know if it was Catholics and Protestants or whatever it was, but it was a religious based war, and they basically destroyed that city. Took it back to rubble from this gorgeous, beautiful place that it was. And now it's back to being one of the loveliest cities in the world. Maybe not the safest, but the loveliest cities in the world. And we have the Jews and the Palestinians and the Lebanese and the Hamas and the whatever else group you want to call it over there fighting each other again. Now, if you've looked at that part of the world from whenever to whatever, okay? The big problem they've had in that war, when the English occupied most of that part of the world, was that it was tribal warfare. People don't like each other, okay? Now what you have is, what can I tell you? I don't know how many years ago, but the Jews were given Palestine as a place to hang out, as their country, and they did it because they were fighting a war, constantly fighting, and there was a way that they figured that was a way to. The UN thought that was a brilliant way to make peace. Well, it didn't work out too well. Now, Israel's got the more technologically advanced army over there, so it's got a huge advantage. It's got one of the greatest intelligence systems in the world, called the Mossad. It's right up there with the Jesuits from the Catholic Church. Okay? These people, because they have agents in place that have lived there their whole life. And nobody ever knew they were Jewish agents. Excuse me. It's late afternoon up here. It's 3:14. I don't know, what is it, 4:14 where you are or something like that? I don't know. Anyhow, people have been fighting in that area because they just don't like each other. Now, before Hussein came along, Iraq and Iran were fighting. Then it was just they were fighting, and they were basically in control of the area and whatnot. And that was, they crossed the border every once in a while. It wasn't like it was the World War III or anything like that. And nobody really cared because it was Arabs killing Arabs. That's the way the world thinks sometimes. And then they got rid of the Shah of Iran, and then they got rid of, I can't remember his name. My mind's just farted and I'm dead, on the leader of Iraq. And in doing so, they removed the balance of power from the area. And then Iran became the big power, is now a nuclear power. Iraq is still trying to recover from our invasion of it. We still have troops over there. But they fight all the time. I don't think it's possible for peace to exist in that area. Unless, I don't know what can be done specifically to, I really just don't know. You know, what can be done specifically to fix that problem over there. It just doesn't make sense to me, you know, and it's been going on for years and years and years. It'll keep going on. You know, somebody says there's a ceasefire, and another group of people said, screw that. You know, there is no ceasefire. It's crazy, makes me go nuts. I don't know what's going to happen over there. But I don't think we should be part of it. That's all. Let them fight each other and settle it once and for all. Okay. Now, Trump's wife, MELANIA, came out in strong support of abortion rights for women. Now, I don't know whether Trump put her up to this for some reason, or he is about to have a divorce in his hands, okay? But that's the first time I've seen her come out and say anything against this man, and it's done good for her, you know? I don't know what her beliefs are. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, she probably had an abortion. No, because she has one son from him. If she was going to have the abortion, it would have been back then. Because I think it didn't take long for her to realize what she got herself into, you know, just to become an American citizen. But now she's standing up for women's rights, and that'd be interesting to see if she continues that, or if that's just a publicity stunt. You know, so much of what these people do is for publicity. You know, Trump can't stand sitting in the background; he has to be out front, and that's why I don't understand if all the nonsense that's coming out of his mouth lately, and the fact that everybody sees he's looking to. You know, he's weaving and bobbing and everything like that. He's not functioning well as a human being. Excuse me. Oh, I know you're not supposed to do this in videos, but who cares? It's my video. So that leaves a lot to the imagination there. I've always thought there was some sort of money deal involved there, that she, you know. Because I don't think they can throw her out of the country. She can lose her citizenship now. Maybe she can. I don't know. If she can, Trump will figure a way to do it to get rid of her. Now, Trump is. Here's a funny thing. You know, candidates usually, when there's a national disaster like that, they go into the community and they talk to the people, and you know, whether they're telling them the truth or not, but they come in there with a lot of empathy and feelings for these people, you know, and try to help them. And then you got Trump, who tries to use them for political purposes. Doesn't help them. He's not giving them money. He's not directing anybody to help them. He's just going around making loud noises like the moron he is. That's really a shame. You know, I mean, there's so much you could do at this particular moment, because it's it's affecting the South, and that's where he's strong, the strongest. You know, down there with the rednecks. I'll get a lot of mail about that one. I don't care. I mean, you know, listen. My father was born in Maryland at the time when Maryland was a farmland. You know, he was living on I visited his family estate. It was an old wooden farm. You know, you stepped up onto the deck. There's no sidewalks in the streets, and you know, that's the way it was. It was country, backwoods they call it. I guess I don't know if it's backwoods. There's another another word for it back down there. And moving right along. Thursday night football's coming up. I don't even know who's playing. This is how busy I've been this morning, you know. J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance was asked again, this is 3-4 days later, by a student in, I forget the city, the state rather, I'm sorry, but a college student asked him the same question he was asked at the end of the debate. Do you think Trump won or lost it? What do you think? Did he win or did he lose the election? Do you know? And he won't answer the question. He won't lie and say something. He just doesn't answer the question. It's a lot of bullshit. I'm focused on this year, not the year 2020. Well, Donald's focused on the year 2020, 2020. He's focused on the election he lost. He's been focused on that. He's going to try and have it. I don't know what he's going to try to do, but because I think if he has it reinstated and they say he won, then legally he can't be president this time. So I don't know I have no idea what they're planning on doing, you know. But this is as smart as Vance appears to be. He's got his nose too far up Donald's ass to get oxygen, I think, you know what I mean? And he's saying a lot of dumb shit. There's a lot of concern about that situation, you know, because I personally think if you're looking at a situation that you looked at when you had Biden running, okay? Let's say he gets elected. He's not going to last long in office. So what are you looking at, a Vance presidency? That could be the worst thing that could ever happen. Because then the Christian right would take over the country. You know, and if any of you have ever gone to Catholic school, you don't want those assholes telling you what to do. Trust me. You get a great education, but you also get beaten, whipped, and abused. Okay? It's not, you know, it's not the best place in the world to be. So I have no idea what's going to happen there. So what else is going on in the world? Let me see if I can do a little about the Thursday night football thing here. Think of Oh, Prince William was at the Aston Villa win. Real Madrid suffered a shock defeat. Michael Jordan's racing team is filing an antitrust lawsuit against NASCAR and its CEO. That'll probably go nowhere, but it's true. They do control what goes on. What's going on now? Let's see. Augusta gave $5 million towards the Hurricane Helene relief. Yeah, they probably want to redo the 18th hole. That'll be a $5 million deal. Lionel Massey's having a good time. As always, he is a unbelievable athlete. Team player, too. He's proven that, you know. He's got championships that Ronaldo doesn't have. Now, either that's because Ronaldo doesn't play on good teams, because Ronaldo's got to be the star. I don't think Messi's got to be Messi's got to be the star there, you know. I like the guy. He's a nice guy. It appears to be on the front part of it, anyhow. We went over Pete Rose's death. That was in Dicumbo Mutombo. That's another one. What's going on? Let's see if we can get some previews of what's going on. It's a question here: will the Dolphins ever get a lead? Probably not. They unless they get tugged back, and even then, I'm not sure they can. Commanders are playing with they're the Redskins. I'm sorry, I don't know where they came up with the account. Why they said that wasn't a good name for the team. You know, that's the thing. I don't find those names offensive. I don't find them demeaning. I think it's you know, it's traditions. They're just, I don't know how to say it. Dallas has got Pittsburgh. That should be interesting. Don't know whether they're going to win or lose. All right, that's a little bit of football there, you know. I don't know what else is to say about everything that's happening in the world today. I know this is a very late thing for me to do, a video. I could have done this live, but you know, then people want to know Why don't you do them live all the time? Well, this is the reason. This is one of the reasons I don't do live videos. I have obligations outside of this little room here, okay? And they're not obligations. I like to get out and go around every once in a while, even though it's very difficult for me to walk right now. And I got to do some footwork to get things back in shape again. And I don't know whether I'll ever be 100% again, but, anyhow, that's it. I'm done. I'll see you tomorrow.